In an ideal technology transfer, what you want to do, you want to actually have a good, solid tech transfer package that you are able to deliver to the production site. This is ideal. Why? This is ideal because if you are actually in these conditions, you are able to have a smoother tech transfer because you have a better knowledge of your product, and whatever challenge comes up during scale up or tech transfer, because there will be always a challenge, you may be able to react more promptly to that, or to you may be able to refer to a set of data that you already have to clarify why things are going the way they are going. In general, what you should have before moving to scale up or to tech transfer is clear operating ranges. So in this way, we saw also yesterday in a couple of examples, we want to have a range of mixing speed. For example, we want to have a range of parameters that we use, or that where we know that our product will work. And why? Because if we move to a new site, they may have different equipment. There will certainly be a different batch size. So if we know clearly the operating ranges of our process, then we will have a bit more flexibility. Flexibility in the choice of the process, on the choice of the analytical equipment, of the suppliers of raw material, and also sometimes if we come with a very consistent package, we can cover for the experience of the operators. If you remember yesterday, we said that people do play a very important role, especially in sterile production. So experience here really plays a big role. If we have a process which works only in very strict, well-determined conditions, we have also good chances that if we go from a very experienced operator to one who has less experience, we will get into troubles. So if we can set up our process in a way in which we have broader operating ranges, then we also can cover for this gap. Also, what is very important to have right from the beginning is a clear agreement on the responsibilities between what I'll define here as the sending and the receiving side. So the sending side can be the lab, can be the owner of the dossier, can be simply the first production site that you have, and the receiving site will be basically the new production site, CMO, production facility, whatever you have there. You need to have a very clear agreement on who is doing what. So, for example, you see that very often you come in discussions exactly on this point. You may have done tech transfer in a certain way, so you assume that 11th will also be done in the same way, and you don't go into the detailed discussion with your CMO. And then you may face issues. For example, you are used to the production site preparing a gap analysis between the sending and the receiving site, so that you identify the gaps, you then put together a risk assessment, and you decide how to mitigate these gaps if necessary at all. Normally, this is done this is something which is done by the receiving sites. But in my experience, you see that many receiving sites expect that this gap analysis is done upfront by the sending site, and then just receive it clear and ready for them to use. So if there is a misalignment here, this may cause quite some important delay. and this is just one example which is coming to my mind. But please make sure that there is a clear agreement on the responsibilities of the two sides right from the start.